Bobby Shmurda officially released today. Here's why.
Bobby Shmurda, Rowdy Rebel.
It has been recently reported that rap star Bobby Shmurda may be released a lot sooner than you think, and the hip-hop culture seems to be excited about it. It may have been a while since we heard Bobby Shmurda's name, but get ready to start hearing his name a lot more often. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video to hear the latest news on Shmurda's case. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword HOTBOY below to enter a chance at winning our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Now let's get started. Bobby Shmurda seemed to have become an overnight internet sensation when he released his first hit record, Hot Boy. But his fame didn't seem to last long because he got locked up shortly after his music started to go viral. But rumors are saying that he'll be released soon, and he is more ready than ever to hit the studio and give us some new music. Bobby was accused of some serious charges back in 2014 that would have left the rapper in jail for up to 7 years. In his songs, the Brooklyn rapper openly spoke about some of the gang violence that he was involved in, which seemed to have gotten him in trouble as time went on. The rapper started to get some serious fame after he dropped the song and video of Hot Boy. This is where he first did the shmoney dance, and it went viral all over social media. Many influencers and celebrities took to Instagram and Snapchat to post videos of them doing the shmoney dance, including big names like Drake and Beyonce. The song was also wildly played throughout clubs and concerts worldwide, so it was no surprise that it went certified platinum in such a short amount of time. This makes us wonder where Bobby's music career would be right now had he not gotten locked up. Although it seems like Shmurda's hit record and new dance just came out of yesterday, the rapper actually released a song about 5 years ago, back in 2014. Aqua Pollard, better known yet as Bobby Shmurda, has been spending time incarcerated since then for multiple GS9 gang-related charges involving assaults and possession of illegal firearms. The 22-year-old rapper was arrested on December 17th of 2014 at Manhattan's Quad Studios, along with a dozen other GS9 members for a wide range of allegations, including possession of firearms, drugs, and other assault charges. Due to Shmurda's GS9 involvement and recent arrest, things were not looking too good for the rapper. These were some serious allegations that would put the young rapper away for a very long time. He was originally set to serve a 5-year sentence, but he had taken a harsher plea deal so that his good friend and fellow GS9 member Rowdy Rebel could have a sentence severely reduced. This was a display of Bobby's loyalty. His fellow GS9 member Rowdy Rebel was originally set to serve a 12-year sentence, but they were able to work a deal where if Shmurda was willing to do more time, it would lessen his peer sentence. So both Bobby and Rowdy had agreed to a 7-year deal. On October 19th of 2016, Bobby Shmurda was sentenced to 7 years in prison after he pleaded guilty in Manhattan Supreme Court just a few weeks before. The rapper pled guilty to 4th-degree conspiracy to criminally possessing a firearm and a 2nd-degree criminal firearm possession charge. Shmurda told the court that he did not want to take this sentence and was forced to take this plea by his attorneys. His legal team has been fighting for months to try to reduce his $2 million bail, but they failed to get it reduced, so this plea deal seemed to be Bobby's best chance at a lesser sentence. Although the rapper was starting to do very well in the industry, Shmurda didn't have much music released yet, and he didn't get the opportunity to go on tour before he got locked up, so the $2 million bail was not something the rapper could afford. After the 2016 trial had ended, Shmurda's lawyer, Alex Spiro, believes that the rapper would be released in about 3.5 years because Shmurda already served 2 years starting in 2014. This means, if his lawyer is correct, the rapper would be free by the end of 2019, or beginning portion of 2020. The rapper was highly upset by the result of his case, and even his mother, Leslie Pollard, came out to say that his deal was a whole setup and that the judge did not care about her son's destiny. He told 70 that, "I look at my case from the back to front and they have yet to come up with any evidence to stick on me. They're just trying to paint a picture of me because of the people I'm associated with. Like they're trying to have me on some guilty by association. But there's no conspiracy of murder. All these gun charges, there were no guns found on me, none of my DNA on these guns. They're violating my constitutional right, my civil rights." Bobby Shmurda tried to be on his best behavior while serving his sentence, and things have recently been working in his favor in terms of his case. His mother visits him pretty frequently at Clinton Correctional Facility in upstate New York and has stated that Bobby has been staying busy and doing well. He has been working out while incarcerated and has seemed to put on solid weight. Shmurda has a parole hearing scheduled for the summer of 2020 and should be released by December of 2020, but sources have let us know that he could be released much sooner. His legal team is working on getting the hearing pushed to an earlier date so that they can get Shmurda home before the end of next year. Bobby Shmurda is currently 25 years old and will be free by the time he is 26. He is still young enough to be released from prison and pick up where he left off with his music. Before getting incarcerated, Bobby had an extremely large and loyal fan base. Even months after he got locked up, his fans were still posting the shmoney dance and hashtagging #FreeShmurda to show their support toward the rapper. His history. Aquil Pollard, better known as Bobby Shmurda, was born on August 4th of 1994 in Miami, Florida. His mother was Trinidadian and his father Jamaican. Just less than a year after he was born, his father, Gervais Johnson, was convicted of an attempted murder charge. His father was sentenced to life in prison when the rapper was just 2 months old. After his father was incarcerated, Shmurda's mother had moved Bobby and his 2 older brothers to East Flatbush in Brooklyn, New York, to give them a better life. Little did she know, this area was also filled with gang violence, which her son would later on get involved with. As Shmurda became older, it wasn't long before he started picking up on bad habits. Growing up, Bobby said he always hung around the older kids since he was little. One of these older kids was his big brother, Gervais. Gervais started selling narcotics back in the 9th grade, which caused Shmurda to end up following in his footsteps. Shmurda even mentioned him dealing narcotics in his song Hot Boy and claims that he has been dealing since the 5th grade. It seems that he's gotten involved with the wrong friends early on in his life. Either that or he just did what he needed to make a living and survive. His neighborhood was known to be full of Crip gang members, so it was no shock that he eventually became one of them. Shmurda and his colleagues have started the GS9 crew during his time. GS9 is comprised of Bobby and his neighborhood friends that he had grown up with. They say you are a product of your environment, and this was especially true for Shmurda. They did not have any direct proof against Bobby, but Shmurda was allegedly running the GS9 Crips. The GS9 gang was known for committing some serious crimes, and some of the members were looking at up to 130 years in the slammer for their wrongdoings. Their members were convicted of multiple incidents involving violence. Special Narcotics Prosecutor Bridget Brennan stated that the gang reflected utter disregard for human life. The GS9 crew had managed to rack up charges for narcotics possessions, criminal weapons possession, criminal use of firearm, conspiracy to end someone's life, attempted to make a hit in the 2nd degree, and attempted assault. This was a huge list of charges that would be split between the GS9 members that have committed them. Bobby Shmurda was guilty by association in a way. He did not seem to perform these crimes firsthand, but he was running the gang that was responsible for it all. Loyalty was a big thing for GS9, as it is for most gangs. This is why Bobby had to agree to a longer sentencing so that his fellow gang members can get a lesser sentence. Despite his attempts to lay low and stay out of trouble in jail, he did get into a couple of scuffles here and there. In May of 2015, Shmurda had gotten into a brawl that involved blood and Crip gang members, a typical fight scene that seems to happen when they are locked up with rival gang members. And then in early 2017, Bobby was almost given an extra 4 years of prison time after a guard had found a shank that he had snuck into his holding cell. He complied with the prison guards and luckily was not given any additional prison time for possession of the shank. Yet overall, he tried to remain on his best behavior because he knew that any other mishaps could cause him even more time incarcerated and that he could not afford any more slip-ups. After serving 5 years in prison, the rapper is ready to come home to his family. He is even more ready to return back to the studio to finish his first official album. His future. Bobby Shmurda has received a lot of traction after dropping Hot Boy and creating the shmoney dance. He received offers from multiple record deals around the time of the release and eventually signed to Epic Records. He started to record his debut album with Epic, which was set to be released in 2016, but it was postponed due to the rapper's imprisonment. Many people said that if Bobby could have stayed free for just a few months longer, then he would have dropped his debut album and brought in a lot of income. Their theory was that if he had dropped his album